What's up? It's Team MBL. I'm Music by Lucas.
And Lauren Z. Ray, DJ video creator and DJ producer. And we're here right now in Vietnam.
Yes, it's our first time here in Southeast Asia. We're really excited to be here. We have lots of surprises coming for you soon.
And don't forget, after this, head over to our Discord. We're doing a live Q&A with Landscape from Spinnin' Records. It's kind of like our after party after these YouTube videos. It's always a good time. The first point we want to make is a lot of people think they should wait to start their socials, or they should wait to change their socials into more of an artist account. So like they might already have socials, but they don't want to tell anybody about the fact that they're a DJ or producer until something big happens, until they have like big news, they've been signed to a label, like they feel like they've had a little bit of some sort of success before they launch it. Now this probably happens a little bit out of fear or putting yourself out there or vulnerability, but actually it's the opposite. You should definitely start your socials now. You should switch into the artist account now, because if you wait, you won't be able to document that like success, the steps that it took to get to the successful area that you're waiting for. And people won't have a reason to like cheer you on or care for you. They're just gonna say like, oh, here's another successful DJ or producer, or here's a guy who's already made it. He doesn't relate to me. I'm struggling right now, or I don't know where to go, and I don't know if I really care for him. They will like cheer for you if you start now and show like the steps that it took.
Yeah, like for example, with me and with our socials with Team MBL, we started like a year before I had any track signed or really we had like any big news. Like we just started with Song of the Week. We just started like trying to put things out there and try new things. And it was really helpful because people saw the journey that we documented.
Exactly. So they saw our YouTube channel or YouTube videos, and you know, maybe they went and followed him on Instagram or something like that, or even just on the YouTube channel in general, like socials in general. They saw the progression even before the first signed track, which still is a progression because, you know, that was here, we're here now, and everybody who starts to follow us gets to see the journey, and they feel like they're more a part of the journey. They're a part of the family. They see your triumphs, they see your success, and they think to themselves, I can do it too. I saw Lucas at 0, he's here now.
Yeah,
it's possible.
And if you wait to launch until like you have your logo, you have your, you know, your track signed, you have like cool press pictures, you have all these things, you have nothing really to like show off. You're gonna start that first day
you'll be
with
here,
everything done.
And you have nowhere to go.
Like if you start from 0, you can document like the behind the scenes of that photo shoot, you trying to figure out the right logo. And you might think, well, you know, it's just like, I'm not cool enough or whatever. But the thing is, you have to think about all the other producers out there that are also trying to make it, that are also in school, that are also, you know, haven't gotten to the level that they want to get to yet. They will relate to you. They will actually connect with you more. And when you do achieve stuff like we're saying, they're going to know why they should care, and they're going to cheer you on. You're going to get a lot more comments, a lot more likes, and a lot more engagement. So start soon.
So for me, when I was doing acting in Hollywood, I always loved to notice like this actor who had like one small part on a show and then books a really huge film in the end. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Captain Marvel, but Brie Larson did really small roles for a really long time. And I always thought she was really funny, and it's just so cool to see her journey, and now she's like in a Marvel film. Like I feel like I know her, or I relate to her that way. And it would be the same, as Lucas was saying, for other producers.
Yeah, because otherwise people just think you came out of nowhere and like
overnight success.
Yeah, and like for example, even with us, sometimes you get new people that come onto the channel that don't know anything about the history and everything we went through, and they say stuff like, "Oh, easy for you. You were signed to Spinnin'," and they don't know like all the years, all the several songs that I uploaded to Spinnin' that weren't signed, and all the hard work that we have to go through.
Or like our first few YouTube videos. I guess they haven't seen those, but
yeah. A lot of people may think they're a perfectionist, but the truth is that that perfectionist idea is actually keeping them from starting their socials, from putting their music out there, from talking to other producers, from asking someone to collab, from really starting their career.
Because they're just waiting because it has to be perfect before they do it.
Yeah, but the truth is, when you say you're a perfectionist, you're just saying that because it's better than saying the truth, which is either that you don't know the knowledge that you need to know to get to the point you want to get to, you're afraid or you're nervous, and you just don't really feel comfortable yet, like,
or confident.
Yeah, confident, like talking to someone or telling them about it. So it sounds a lot better. Like if someone were to ask you, you know, when's your next track coming out, or you know, what's going on with your music? Why haven't you been signed to a label yet? Why haven't you been signed? Then the easiest thing to say, rather than I'm afraid or I'm nervous or I'm not confident enough or I don't know the answers, is I'm a perfectionist and I really want to work on this and make sure it's perfect before it comes out. But the truth is, if you break that away, if you take away this perfectionist thing and you just ask the questions to the things you don't know, you just put yourself out there, you just take a little bit of risk at a time, you will actually really start to get the answers that you need and start to make the connections that you need, start to get better at your music, start moving up.
Finally, because you can stay stagnant in this perfectionist world. Like, I'm just going to wait until it goes back to number one as well. You're just waiting around, you know, for whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to...
Because you don't have anyone to impress. I do a lot of Skype coachings, for example, and the biggest thing that I always hear is that people are a perfectionist and that's what's stopping them. But when we really break it down and I really take a look at the socials, listen to the music, all of these things, I find out that it's just that they didn't know a few things, that they didn't understand a few things. And then when it clicks and they're like, it's like, yeah, you're not a perfectionist. It's that you just didn't know the answer. So that's why it's so important, like we're saying, to get yourself out there, to talk to other people, like on the Team MBL Discord, to ask those questions if you don't know something, because people will respond and you will start to grow much faster.
Waiting isn't moving, but taking risk, that's moving, because worst case scenario, you fail, you make a mistake, you're embarrassed, whatever. You learn from that mistake, you know that knowledge now, and it is a step forward, because it's all about just taking step forwards, making little tiny accomplishments in your career to make you feel better. And I think if you wait too long and be too much of a perfectionist and don't put yourself out there, you won't move, and you'll start to feel like more sad or more down about things. But even making mistakes, that it hurts when you make a failure, it's nothing in the long run, because you're still feeling like you're moving forward. I think it feels better that way.
Yeah, and that actually leads us to point number 3.
Point number 3, nobody's gonna remember your mistakes. You think they're gonna remember your mistakes and that they're like somehow notating it in a journal somewhere to call you out, you know, when you make another one or when you say something, but no one's really keeping track, because most human beings, I mean, all human beings, we're selfish in ways of that we always think about ourselves. Like, for instance, if you're at a party and you don't want to talk to anybody because you think everybody's gonna, you know, talk crap about you or think what you say is weird, and you go home later and you're like, okay, well, I said this. Do you think he meant this when he said that? They were worried about them the whole time they were at that party, not really about you and all the other people in there, because that's how we all are. So you have to remember, when you're making career moves or putting yourself out there or taking risks, so are the other people.
Yeah.
They're concerned about themselves. And so what if they remember and they call you out once? They're still not gonna remember all 12,000 mistakes you made, because that's how many mistakes literally we always make. They might remember 1 or 2, but so what?
Yeah.
Like I said, taking risk, you move forward. You learn from them. I've done a lot of things and no one's keeping track.
I'm keeping track.
Okay.
No, but I do think it's funny, because we think that people are, we know that people have like such a short attention span, and that people don't like pay attention all that much and are distracted by their phones and all this kind of stuff. And then yet, on the flip side, we think that everyone remembers every little thing that we ever did. And it's just like...
It's not really happening. And do you guys remember when Instagram was like this manila color with a brown camera? That was the icon. And now it's a rainbow camera icon.
It's been a while.
Do you even remember what it looked like when you used to iMessage people? It was green, and you don't remember what these things looked like because you moved forward. I mean, our phones are like gigantic now, and like the first iPhone was like this. Like, you don't remember things because we're always moving forward. Human beings adjust to change really nicely. No one's remembering
and that's why it's okay for you to not worry so much about little things like what genre you choose, and just to try all kinds of genres, because a lot of you guys watching are really young. And honestly, if let's say you're 15 and you're watching, if you like decided I'm going to do Future House and you did it for 2 years, and then 2 years after that you're 17 and you decide it's not working and you want to switch to Progressive House, you're still 17, you have forever. Like, you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. Like, I used to produce hip hop, and I used to be a rapper. We have a video to that actually, because we did a reaction video to that, so you can put it on here. But no one knows that. No one remembers. Now you do, but no.
They still won't remember. They'll be like, "Was Lucas the producer who said that he used to rap?" That's the thing. Yeah. Like, they might remember, but half remember. It's happened so many times in my life. Like, when I was in LA and I was, you know, doing acting and stuff like that. I remember there was this one time my manager said, "Do not take a headshot with your microphone in the headshot. Like, no one does that. That would be super lame." I did it anyways, and I took the risk of her being, you know, really mad at me, and also me looking ridiculous with a prop microphone in the headshot. Well, I ended up getting an audition with that shot, and then I ended up booking that job, and my manager said, "I'm so glad I told you to put the microphone in your headshot."
I remember that.
And I was like, I know, what a great idea. Because they don't remember. Like, no one remembers like tiny things. So if you take the risk and you happen to fail, or if you happen to succeed, you know, it's so worth taking if you feel it in your heart that it's right. Or if you're like, I'm just gonna do this because I want to do something bold today.
Yeah, I think basically the whole point of, like, literally, if you think about all 3 points, is all the things mentally that are holding back so many of you guys watching from reaching your dreams and just like making music and doing what you actually love. Instead, you get so like I did the same thing. We get so worried about so many other factors that don't really matter.
It's just fear. And what is so cool about this kind of industry that you guys are in, or any other industry that's like kind of not normal, is that you are full of fear all the time.
Yeah.
Because we're always taking like big leaps and big jumps, but the things that make you the most afraid that you do have the biggest payoff, and everyone's gonna want to do what you did, but they were too afraid. We've done a video on, I forget, we've done a video on this before where how like if somebody's giving you a hard time about becoming a producer, it's because they themselves are scared. It's kind of like that with yourself, that you feel about being afraid of something, even you're not gonna remember that later. It's, you know.
And don't be afraid that you don't know the answer to things, because honestly, if you can just realize that you don't know the answer to things and that you need to know the answer, or that you want to, if you just get curious and you ask on the comments below, there's other producers watching this that might know something that you don't know. If you go to the Discord, if you go to the producers team, if you Skype, you know, with the Team of Yale coaches, if you Skype with me, like, you're gonna find these answers and you're gonna be one step ahead, and you never have to worry about that. You're gonna be across another hurdle closer to what you want to do in your life.
Even if it's super beginner, like, I think a lot of people first starting out maybe watch these videos and they think, oh, I'm too much of a beginner, I'll be really embarrassed, someone will give me a hard time in the comments. Yeah, someone might, because they're feeling good about themselves that they now know that answer, but at one point they didn't know that answer either. So just got to remember those things. Like we get a hard time all the time. Like Lukas just posted on Instagram something about like that his new track was coming soon, which comes out in like 3 weeks, and someone wrote, bro, LOL, why are you promoting your song so far in advance? It's like, does that guy know anything about like social media or marketing or putting the perfect amount of time before you put a track? No. So like, why would, you know, you can't care that, you know.
You can't care about those kind of things.
It's tough though, because you totally do. At first you're like, well, actually, because of this. But then you're just like,
I mean, that's also the number one thing we get about the producers team is a lot of people say, I feel like I'm too much of a beginner, or I feel like I'm not there yet. And it's like, that is perfect. That's the perfect time for you to come in. And that's where you will get the answers to the things that you needed to know.
Because you'll make less mistakes in the long run if you're starting at the beginning.
More questions answered.
Everything in life is a journey. Your music career is going to be a journey. Everything is.
Comment below if you have any questions. Comment on the Discord. Come to the after party. Talk to Landscape. He's going to be there. He has over 100 and something million streams on Spotify.
Whoa.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. He's someone you definitely should ask some questions and talk to the other producers. And
hope this whole video made sense. It was a little bit of ramble, but we just get so like caught up in like just trying to let you guys know, because it's stuff that affected us, continues to affect us, and we want to share it with you.
That's what we like to do.
That's what we like to do on these videos.
We like to tell
you guys probably already know
what's going on.
So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it.
Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Yeah, exactly.
Bye.